Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I am Aditi Ravi Shankar, and in this video I will be explaining the comparison between Jupyter Notebook and PyCharm IDE. This video is a part of the chapter Comparison of Python IDEs, and the subject is machine learning. Let us look at the different topics that will be covered in this video. We will be starting with what is an IDE. We will look at the various objectives of an IDE. We will see the different features of an IDE. We will see what the most popular IDEs and code editors used for Python are. Since the question at hand is the comparison between Jupyter and PyCharm, we will first get a quick glance at Jupyter, then we will get a quick overview of PyCharm, and lastly, we will look at the comparison of Jupyter and PyCharm. What is an IDE? An integrated development environment, or IDE, is an application that facilitates application development. IDEs are designed to encompass all programming tasks into one application. Therefore, IDEs offer a central interface featuring all the tools a developer needs. An IDE, or Integrated Development Environment, enables programmers to consolidate the different aspects of writing a computer program. IDEs increase programmer productivity by combining common activities of writing software into a single application, that is, editing source codes, building executables, and debugging. Let me give you some more detailed information about integrated development environments. The IDE may be a standalone application, or it may be included as part of one or more compatible applications. Before IDEs, developers wrote their programs in text editors. They would write and save an application in a text editor, then run the compiler, take note of the error messages, then go back to the text editor to revise the code. In 1983, Borland Limited acquired a Pascal compiler and released it as Turbo Pascal, which featured for the first time an integrated editor and compiler. While Turbo Pascal launched the idea of an integrated development environment, many people still believe that Microsoft's Visual Basic, or VB, that was launched in 1991 was the first real IDE. Visual Basic was built on the older BASIC language, which was a popular programming language throughout the 1980s. With the emergence of Visual Basic, programming could be thought of in graphical terms, and significant productivity benefits emerged. The overall goal and main benefit of an integrated development environment is improved developer productivity. IDEs boost productivity by reducing setup time, increasing the speed of development tasks, keeping developers up to date, and standardizing the development process. Let us look at the different objectives of an IDE. First one is faster setup. Without an IDE interface, developers would need to spend time configuring multiple development tools. With the application integration of an IDE, developers have the same set of capabilities in one place without the need for constantly switching tools. Next objective is faster development tasks. Tighter integration of all development tasks improves developer productivity. For example, code can be parsed and syntax checked while being edited, providing instant feedback when syntax errors are introduced. Developers don't need to switch between applications to complete tasks. In addition, the IDE's tools and features helps developers organize resources, prevent mistakes, and take shortcuts. Next, continual learning. Staying up to date and educated is another benefit. For instance, the IDE's help topics are constantly being updated, as well as new samples, project templates, etc. Programmers who are continually learning and current with the best practices are more likely to contribute value to the team and the enterprise and to boost productivity. Next, standardization. The IDE interface standardizes the development process, which helps developers work together more smoothly and helps new hires get up to speed more quickly. Further, IDEs streamline development by encouraging holistic thinking. They force developers to think of their actions in terms of the entire development lifecycle rather than as a series of discrete tasks. Let us now look at the features of an integrated development environment. The first one is editing source code. Writing code is an important part of programming. We start with a blank file, write a few lines of code, and a program is born. IDEs facilitate this process with features like syntax highlighting and autocomplete. Let us look at those two features. Syntax highlighting. An IDE that knows the syntax of your language can provide visual cues. Keywords, words that have special meaning, are highlighted with different colors. Syntax highlighting makes code easier to read by visually clarifying different elements of language syntax. Autocomplete. When the IDE knows your programming language, it can anticipate what you're going to type next. This saves keystrokes so the programmer can focus on the logic of their code. Building executables. This compilation process is necessary for every program. So why not have the IDE do it for us? IDEs provide automated build processes for languages, so the act of compiling and executing code is abstracted away. Debugging. No programmer avoids writing bugs and programs with errors. When a program does not run correctly, IDEs provide debugging tools that allow programmers to examine different variables and inspect their code in a deliberate way. IDEs also provide hints while coding to prevent errors before compilation. Some IDEs are dedicated to a specific programming language or a set of languages, creating a feature set that aligns with the particulars of that language. However, there are many multiple language IDEs such as Eclipse for C, C++, Python, Perl, PHP, Java, Ruby, and more. Then there's NetBeans for Java, JavaScript, PHP, Python, Ruby, C, C++, and more. Support for alternative languages is provided by plugins. There are a variety of different IDEs catering to the many different ways developers work and the different types of code that they produce. There are IDEs that are designed to work with one specific language, or there are cloud-based IDEs customized for the development of mobile applications or for HTML, and IDEs meant specifically for Apple development or Microsoft development. Let us now look at some of the most popular IDEs and editors for Python. Before that, let us first understand the difference between an IDE and a code editor. IDE stands for integrated development environment. It's not just a tool where you write the code, but you can also compile the code and debug the code. IDEs usually combine code editors, debuggers, and built-in tools for compiling and running applications. An IDE is generally developed for a specific language. They are considered to be heavy or heavier than text editors as they come up with some built-in tools and plugins for that specific language. If an IDE is developed for a specific sector, then you can't use it for another totally different sector. On the other hand, text editors have a broader approach than IDE. Because in a text editor, you can write code of different languages. But before that, you need to install proper plugins and packages for that specific language. For example, Sublime Text, as you see here, and Atom, etc. These editors also have a community-driven plugin system, so they can be extended to perform all sorts of useful tasks. For example, Sublime Text 3 has a plugin called HTML Beautify. Code-specific text editors provide a much-needed service to programmers and make their lives better by saving time through enhanced productivity, fewer uncaught bugs, and customizability. So what you see here are some of the most popular IDEs and code editors for Python. We have Jupyter, PyCharm, Spyder, Idle, Sublime Text, Visual Studio, Atom, etc. And in this video, our comparison will be between the Jupyter Notebook and the PyCharm IDE. Before jumping into the comparison, let us first get a quick glance of the two editors in question in our video. Starting off with the Jupyter Notebook. The Jupyter Notebook is an open source web application that you can use to create and share documents that contain live code, equations, visualizations, and text. Jupyter Notebook is maintained by the people at Project Jupyter. Jupyter Notebook was born out of IPython in 2014. It is a web application based on the server-client structure, and it allows you to create and manipulate notebook documents or just notebooks. The Jupyter Notebook supports markdowns, allowing you to add HTML components from images to videos. Thanks to Jupyter, you can easily see and edit your code in order to create compelling presentations. The Jupyter Notebook is not included with Python, so if you want to try it out, you will have to first install Jupyter. And the link to do so is given over here. Jupyter is a loose acronym meaning Julia, Python, and R. These programming languages were the first target languages of the Jupyter application. But nowadays, the notebook technology also supports many other languages. Let us now get a quick overview of PyCharm. PyCharm is an IDE made by the folks at JetBrains, a team responsible for one of the most famous Java IDEs, the IntelliJ IDEA. PyCharm is a hybrid platform developed by JetBrains as an IDE for Python. It is commonly used for Python application development. Some of the unicorn organizations such as Twitter, Facebook, Amazon, and Pinterest use PyCharm as their Python IDE. We can run PyCharm on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. Additionally, it contains modules and packages that help programmers develop software using Python in less time and with minimal effort. Further, it can also be customized according to the requirements of the developers. PyCharm has interesting features such as an intelligent code editor, meaning it helps us write high-quality codes It consists of color schemes for keywords, classes, and functions. This helps increase the readability and understanding of the code. It helps identify errors easily. It provides the autocomplete feature and instructions for the completion of the code. Next feature we have is code navigation, meaning it helps developers in editing and enhancing the code with less effort and time. With code navigation, a developer can easily navigate to a function, class, or file. A programmer can locate an element, a symbol, or a variable in the source code within no time. Using the lens mode, further, a developer can thoroughly inspect and debug the entire source code. Next feature is refactoring, meaning it has the advantage of making efficient and quick changes to both local and global variables. Refactoring in PyCharm enables developers to improve the internal structure without changing the external performance of the code. It also helps us split up more extended classes and functions with the help of the extract method. Next feature is assistance for many other web technologies. It helps developers create web applications in Python. It supports web technologies such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Developers have the choice of live editing with this IDE. At the same time, they can preview the created or updated web pages. The developers can follow the changes directly on a web browser. PyCharm also supports AngularJS and Node.js for developing web applications. Next feature is support for popular Python web frameworks. PyCharm supports web frameworks such as Django. It provides the autocomplete feature and suggestions for the parameters of Django. It helps in debugging the codes of Django. It also assists with Pyramid, the other popular web framework. Next is assistance for Python scientific libraries. PyCharm supports Python's scientific libraries such as Matplotlib, NumPy, and Anaconda. These scientific libraries help in building projects of data science and machine learning. It consists of interactive graphs that help developers understand data. It is capable of integrating with different tools such as IPython, Django, and PyTest. This integration helps innovate unique solutions. Let us now dive into the comparison between Jupyter Notebook and PyCharm IDE. 1. Jupyter can be classified as a tool in the notebooks category, whereas PyCharm is grouped under Integrated Development Environment. IDE is an integrated development environment where there is a code assist, there is a builder, there is a debugger, a placeholder for server to be started from, a code editor, syntax highlighting, compile time checking upon typing and on save, etc. etc. Many other features are there in integrated development environments. Jupyter Notebook is more of a test pad for running your Python scripts. In Jupyter Notebook, you can view the outputs for each and every block of code in the code cell. You can view the output in the output cell. 2. Jupyter Notebook is a browser-hosted programming documentation environment for Python, Julia, and other dynamic programming languages such as R, Octane, Scilab, etc. As we already saw, Jupyter is a loose acronym meaning Julia, Python, and R. So it supports many programming languages. PyCharm is a Python IDE. 3. Jupyter lets you write only a script. You can write scripts in a notebook. Whereas PyCharm allows you to better create a full-fledged package with classes, subclasses, GUIs, etc. You can write softwares in an integrated development environment. 4. In a notebook, you would have to use the print function to tell you what is going wrong. But PyCharm contains a debugger that allows you to interrogate the behavior of your code step by step. 5. In Jupyter, we can investigate a new perspective with each new cell we create, while the data and its transform copies remain ready and the former investigations remain visible. In PyCharm, using a Python script, we would have to rerun the entire script with each new additional investigation that we would like to try. 6. Jupyter enables the combination of code with more detailed documentation and results. This can be effective for multiple purposes, including tutorials. On the other hand, PyCharm is probably much more useful in implementation and development of already constructed ideas. 7. Jupyter is better for quick data processing and data visualizing jobs. PyCharm can be used for complex data processing jobs where the code needs to be long-lived and the application is complex. 8. With Jupyter Notebooks, the source code is ultimately stored as HTML. This is not readable by Python, but it is readable by Jupyter. PyCharm, with the IDE, you can write Python source code. The content of the file is interpretable by the Python interpreter. 9. Inline code execution using blocks is the top reason why some developers like Jupyter. On the other hand, smart auto-completion is the leading cause for choosing PyCharm. 10. Jupyter has a lot of data science functionality, whereas PyCharm has a lot of developer functionality. With this, I would like to end this comparison by saying different IDEs have their own special features and functions. One person's favorite IDE might not be another person's favorite IDE. It all depends on what features you prefer and what applications you would like to use it for. I hope this compilation of some differences between the two IDEs helped you gain some understanding of their uses. Thank you for watching.